Okay, I think we're there now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quick Unpick. Okay, I'm just going to invite my darling Hannah. Da, 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 da. There we are. And this is always so professional. Right, so hopefully she'll be joining us soon. Hello, everyone. How are you all? Welcome to Quick Unpick today. So I'm just waiting for Hannah to join us, rather be sewing, and hopefully she'll come through any minute now. Hope you can see and hear everything okay. And yeah, good morning. Hello, Fimble people. Good morning. Waving to everyone. Right, okay. Poor Hannah hasn't come through yet. I'll interview myself. This could be quite awkward. Oh, okay, right, so she's joined, so hopefully she will be with us any minute now. Hi, Marie! Yeah, Hannah! Exactly. It's very cold in my sewing shed today, so sorry if I'm kind of shivering a bit. But yeah, let me just try and invite her again. Wait 1 second. Oh, okay. She's coming, and... oh, it says she's unable to join. Oh, this isn't good. Right, accept. Let's try that again. Hello from North East England. Windy, yeah, it was so windy yesterday. Oh,
Close.
Yay!
I need to fix the angle of this because it looks like my head's cut off. I've got a really primitive setup here.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
Oh, it's so good to see you. I mean, we see you all the time, but you know, so good to see you moving and live.
Oh, I have to pretend that I don't know every single thing about you and what you've been doing today.
That's the point, isn't it?
Because everyone else I've spoken to so far, I do a little bit of research. I have to, you know, double check.
You have to pretend you don't know. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I'm with you. Yes, go and ask me a question.
Yes, so my first question is, how are you? You have your tea?
Yeah, I've got my tea. I was finally negative yesterday. I'm on day 13 or something. I know they don't count after 10, but we've all had COVID, which is not fun. And I've been a really successful COVID dodger since it all kicked off, and particularly.
Yeah, very impressive. Oh, where's it gone? Oh no, is it frozen? No. Oh dear, come. Don't know what's happening. Has it frozen for everyone or just me now? Okay, yeah, you're back again. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
No, I don't know. I didn't touch anything.
No, nor did I. Okay,
we'll just persevere. Anyway, about COVID, very dull, but yes, I'm fine. It was really rough, and then it was fine. Yes, and we're coming out the other side. That's why I'm fine. I don't know if people saw my stories on Friday, I was sowing a bit of a storm because after 10 days of trying to work and have COVID and look after Daniel, it was, well, there wasn't any sewing done, and that's what kind of clears my brain. I've got quite an emotionally draining job. I work in education, but specialise in safeguarding and child protection, and looked after children, which is the term that's used for children who are in the care of the local authority. So that can be quite emotionally draining. So sewing kind of clears my brain. It's the perfect mindfulness, and creativity has always really sustained my soul. Yes. So Friday, I resisted the urge to clean the house. I mean, no one's coming in. My husband's still positive until Tuesday, like isolating until Tuesday. So I thought I could live with a grotty house. So I sewed all day, and it was just the perfect tonic because I needed to unpack my brain a bit and just not think about anything else. I think the hardest thing about don't get me wrong, I love being a mum, and I don't want to go on about being a mum because it's not everyone's life, and it's not it's not everyone's life. However, the hardest thing about being a mum is just not being like your brain never being in one place. So the fact that at any one time I'm thinking about the food or the cleanliness or sorting the washing or looking, am I doing enough to help his brain development? Am I doing enough to engage him to, all that stuff but anyway, it's fine.
just for you, isn't it? It's like, am I doing this pattern right? And that's it. It's like, you know.
You can think about, because if you don't, you're going to put a pin through your finger, or, well, I did that multiple times on Friday, but, you know, it's just the perfect mindfulness for me. So, yes, it was lovely to sew all down Friday, and I finished this yesterday. This is my Gilbert.
Your picture, I've been hearing you, but your picture has frozen on my screen, which is really good. So I'm just going to double check if there's anything I can do about that.
Okay.
Has everyone else got us both live animated? Let me just check.
You are for me.
I want to see the makes.
Well, it's not that interesting. I mean, it's lovely, but it's just a shirt. It's not. It's not
Great. Oh, okay, all good. So you can see us both. So I'm the one that can't see you properly. Oh, that's really upsetting. Okay, well, I've got a lovely picture of you in progress, so I will talk to that for a bit, and hopefully it will sort itself out. So you carry on and show everyone else what he makes. And
it's a Gilbert, and it's when Helen brought this. So it's Helen's closet, and when she brought out the Gilbert, and it automatically included a dressmaker's D cup drafting, it was like, I twirled it in some lovely cotton that I got from the Handmade Fair. It was a shirting cotton. It was ex-Burberry, beautiful. And I got like 5 meters for a tenner or something ridiculous. So I made my husband a shirt, which he never wears because he says the collar is too floppy. Like tower placket, full flat felled seams. It was the Sew Over It Ultimate Shirt tutorial. I love doing it. Like, it was amazing to get it done, but I'm considering putting some darts in and just pinching it, because it's ridiculous that he doesn't wear it. Although he hasn't worn shirts since the week before the first lockdown, because he hasn't been into the office. But that's by the by. Anyway, I had some left over and I twirled it and I put it on and thought, I can't believe I've never ever had shirts, button-down shirts to fit. I've either had to buy them larger and put darts in so that they fit me better, or just never go there really. So to be able to, you know, to be able to make shirts that fit me, like, and straight off the pattern, it was amazing. So this is my 4th, and I just love it. I want to make a sleeveless. Well, I don't know if I want to make a sleeveless one. Maybe very little sleeves for the summer.
Oh, that's gorgeous though.
My sleeveless days, even though, you know, I'm still in my 30s, I think my sleeveless days for me are done.
I sleeveless is out for me, but I love the look. Just yeah. I mean,
I've got like obviously sleeveless dresses, but I would usually wear the top unless it's really. But yes, so Gilbert, and I had loads of button options, and then just went with this kind of smoky blacky grey button because it just looks nice. I had a few jazzy ones, put them here, like this one. It was too much, but I was given a load of buttons years ago. Oh, this one's quite a nice one, but again, it was too faffy.
I love that you've got it already. This is very prepared.
No, it's just because you're in my sitting room and I haven't studied. There's nothing prepared about this, apart from the tea and the face and the fact that I lifted my head. But yeah, and I also made, hold on, this plantain t-shirt, which is the Deer and Doe. It's free. I got a cover stitch machine for Christmas, which was like, well, the most wonderful thing. I had it from everybody, and obviously it was a great blessing. But we fell out over the neckline. There was a little hole, so I did put a little strategic label over the back of where I'd stitched the neckline. I mean, it looks fine, obviously, but we fell out. I think I'm going to invest in the Julia Hinks cover stitch manual. I've got her overlook book and it's really good, and she's like, well, she's fantastic.
Yeah, I think the cover stitch, I'm still not used to it, and I've had it a couple of years, and it's definitely, it's like I've learned how to do one thing on it, and I know there's a lot more I could do with it. So I definitely will be picking your brains when you read that.
The hems are fine on this. It's quite a lightweight. So the other thing to say is all the things I was sewing with on Friday, all the fabric, and it wasn't planned like that. I just washed them and I never put them in the cupboard. I had plans from straight away. They all came from the swap table at SewBeds, which was fab. So this is kind of like a sagey green, quite a lightweight. There's some poly in it. I did a burn test, but it's got natural fibres in it. Jersey, and then this one, which is going to be a Myosotis, which I love. Where's my buttons for this? I'm not that organised, Gabby. I don't know where they've gone. I've got lovely buttons for it somewhere. Anyway, this is going to be a nice. This is poly, you know, like crispy when you burn it. Oh, I'm not on your back.
Yeah, sorry, I lost it. Okay.
I just couldn't resist the print, and the drape's gorgeous, and I know I can wear it in the autumn and the winter and the spring with like a t-shirt underneath, and it doesn't obviously matter that it's not next to my skin. And it will dry instantly, and it won't crease. I don't need to iron it. I'm not a big fan of ironing. And then this one was also on the swap table, and this is a Liberty Talon, and I know. I couldn't believe it as soon as it went down. I was like,
a Lord
in my bag. And then part of the reason I got it was a big swap table last month, but also I sort of pledged not to buy any fabric until March at the earliest.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so I didn't buy it.
I've been a fabric fan pretty much since I started sewing. It hasn't gone very well.
No, I think the problem, it's not a problem, but when you have companies like, well, particularly like Rainbow, they're obviously sponsoring you, aren't they? That release these fabrics all the time. Go Rainbow.
Yeah.
And they're so reasonably priced, and they're so nice.
The problem with fabric ban.
Yeah. So I am going to skip to it.
Thing, like every time that something flashes up from them, I'm like, I'm just gonna have a little look, and then when it's that price, it's like I can't not. So
Marisa, she has a big bag for the swap table when she gets there. Maria, I can't wait for you to be able to come back.
Oh yes, can I come?
Oh, do you know? It's. I was going to talk about SewBeds, obviously, because it's a big part of my sewing. But people come from all over. So the first time, Becca came from, I think Becca lives in High Wycombe. Last month, Susan Young Sewing, she came from Welling.
Isn't that really close to Bedford?
It's an hour. And it's Hertfordshire. That's my point. It's Hertfordshire. So it's not, we're SewBeds in that we are in Bedfordshire, North Bedfordshire, but people come from Cambridgeshire, from Northamptonshire, from Hertfordshire. High Wycombe's Hertfordshire, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is. It definitely is. My geography is shocking. But yes, that's my point. It's in fact, somebody's coming from Reading next month. Laura's coming from Reading.
Yeah, I will definitely be coming to one. I've been saying that since the beginning, but I would absolutely love to come to a SewBeds.
You enjoy the bed as well, so you have to do lots of travelling all in the city. But yes, we're very, very like just want everybody to be able to get together, really.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about it, because obviously I kind of know when you came up with the idea, we were chatting for it and everything.
Yes, Buckinghamshire, sorry, someone popped up Buckinghamshire. Yes, sorry, I'm chipping in because I keep looking at you and then I keep looking at the comments.
It's still frozen for me, so I'm talking to your picture.
I think we're still going. Yes, Buckinghamshire.
Anna, could you just do me a favor? Could you turn your camera on and off again, and maybe I'll be able to see you again.
How do I do
that? So there should be just a little camera symbol in where your face.
I've got twirly arrows and then like stars.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Then maybe
my phone's not very fancy.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. I'm happy to.
You know what I'm doing.
We'll laugh about it later.
Well, you can watch it back. SewBeds started. I had seen Georgina, So in the Garden, Georgina's stories, and she'd been to Rest Park, which is really near here. And I hadn't been on like part of the Instagram sewing community for very long. But I thought, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to be like, oh, that's really near me. Whereabouts are you? Well, turns out she used to sit next to my husband in maths when they were 11. I know. And so we kind of got chatting, as you do when people kind of connect on here through DMs. And then I said, I've had this idea. I'd really like to get people together to sew. I don't quite know how to go about it. Would you be up for it? And obviously Georgina has got, a good following of people. So I thought, well, Georgina, could perhaps get the word out a bit better than me. And then we started the Facebook group, and well, in the end, I think I was 33 weeks pregnant with Daniel. So it was the February of 2019. I knew that if I didn't do a meetup before I had him, then there would be no momentum, and it just wouldn't happen, because we were doing a self-build as well, as you know, living in a one-bedroom house, which was fine, but it was hard in the slop of doing? Have you got me back?
Oh no, I was waving at Georgina because she was sending some.
Oh, is she? See, that's funny, isn't it? Anyway, so we started, and I think it was the 9th of February 2019, and it was just wonderful, and we were completely sold out, and I think there were 20 of us, and maybe 24, I can't remember. Anyway, it was brilliant. And then we met again in the June. Danny was quite little. I think he was about 9 weeks old. And then again, I don't know, September time, and perhaps just before Christmas. So then that January, I had set up SewBeds for the year, and people had paid for the whole year. And I offered kind of bulk prices if people wanted to book for the whole 5 meetups. And then everything, we met again in the February, and then everything stopped, didn't it? So, but we had already established a kind of a culture, if you like.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was wonderful. There's just something about, there's no frills, there's no, like, there is definitely a place for sewing meetups where it's more of an event, you know, where where speakers and workshops and stuff. It's so important, particularly if people want to upskill. But this is not that. This is come in, put your machine down, get your head down, chat. You know, some people come and they're like, oh, I'm just bringing hands in, I just want to talk. I go, I'm like, I'm going to do 12 things, and I'm going. My record was that I sewed. It was all cut, but I sewed a Sirocco jumpsuit in, I think, 2 hours and 5 minutes. I mean, obviously that's not how everybody sews, but my sewing time is so precious. And
yeah,
also
you pick things up, don't you? I totally get that.
Like head down. So it's just lovely. And we have a swap table. We used to have a rail that people could try on each other's clothes. Obviously before COVID. I think the time will be coming when we can do that again, because it will be up to people, you know, how kind of close they want to get with other people's clothing. And I think as our understanding of the virus develops, it will kind of people feel braver to do that.
Yeah.
But one time the kilo wrap dress was like the star of the show, and about 6 people bought the pattern. Another time the York pinafore, everybody was like, oh my gosh, we've got to make this pattern. The Halifax hoodie, I'm trying to think of the ones that people have. Oh, the Abbey jumpsuit.
I love that. I really love that, because you never get a chance to actually try on the patterns, make them. They're always just pictures. So the fact that you guys are kind of like coming together as a community and trying them on and making them at the same time, that is so lovely. That's really what sewing's all about.
It's lovely because my mum and I do that.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Shout out to Hannah's mum. Hello.
He's watching yeah, but I think being able to do that, and like last time we got together, I mean, obviously everybody's lives have been completely different throughout the pandemic, and there are a few things that people have grown out of, or, you know, don't fit anymore or whatever, but they're still beautiful items of clothing. They'll bring them along, and I mean, I won't embarrass them by saying who it was, but like the person that received this, somebody bought a jumpsuit that the other person had tried on and then bought the pattern and loved it so much, and the fit was bang on for this other person, and she was like, I can't give it to a charity shop, I think if you'd like it, it's yours. And this other lady was like, it was lovely. That's the kind of community we have. It is just lovely and warm, and try and make it as accessible as possible. Obviously it's not as accessible as everybody being able to come from their living room. You know, I can't put the day online as well because we don't have a Wi-Fi connection at the village hall. But it's all on one level. There's disabled parking, there's a disabled toilet, there's an accessibility section on the website which I added, being kind of bolted with Sam, gorgeous Sam, Purple Sewing Cloud Sam, and Marie stitched out, both kind of looked over the page for me, just because I don't have difficulties with accessibility, so for them to just check it over for me was really helpful, because I you know, it's a genuine want to, oh, I love it. It's a genuine want to include as many people as we possibly can. So yeah, on there it just says things like, well, you know, without question, if we've kind of chatted before, of course I'll come out and help you with your bags. We can most definitely seat you in a place that makes you feel more comfortable.
Oh, it's so lovely. And is there are there tea and treats as well?
We did in the beginning. I provide tea and coffee and milk. We did all bring cake and stuff. That sort of dwindled a bit after COVID, I think, because people were a bit nervous about, like,
Yeah, sharing food and stuff.
Yeah. But I think that will come back. Last time, people are bringing more kind of not ready to wear, shop bought. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to wear cakes, shop bought. That's obviously easier to share. My brain. I feel like I should have ticker tape along here just so that people can interpret what I'm saying. But I think that will come back once people feel more comfortable about understanding, you know, whether they're happy to put themselves in a position to eat somebody else's food. I mean, there are safety measures that we ask everybody to kind of abide by, in that we ask everybody to do a lateral flow test before they come.
Yeah.
Snail Smiley says she said, or he or she, I can't see the picture, sad that they moved from Hertfordshire now. You can still come. Well, if you're in Scotland, it'd be a trek, but sorry.
Most likely to be a she on this channel.
If I ever get male followers, I'm like, you don't look like you're into sewing. I'd have so many followers if I just accepted all those people. But I think pretty sure that Confederate flag doesn't mean you're into sewing. Anyway.
Right. Okay. Anyway, what I want to know is, because you are just so prolific and you always have 1,000 ideas. But what's your next make, or what's like the thing, maybe not next, but that you're kind of gearing up to? Have you got something in your mind that's like, you know, the big Everest of your sewing journey?
Everest might be putting it a bit strongly. However, and I'm not prepared, it's just because you're here at my study table. I'm just going to unearth.
Oh, Oregon, what time is it? Sorry to interrupt, but that's quite amazing.
Oh, Snail Smiley lives in Newcastle. Oh, bless her.
Lovely.
You can go to Samlin's. You can go to Samlin's so soon. Right. The looper, Gabby.
Yeah.
This is the looper. So, oh, that's a boring bit. Hang on. I mean, it's not boring. But basically...
But you have to describe it to me because I still can't see. So...
How long is that? At the first Christmas when everything... You know, when we thought we were going to see our families and then we weren't. We won't dwell on it, but I found it all rather difficult, as everybody did.
Yeah.
And decided I'm not sewing clothes because, let's be honest, where am I going to wear them? So I started a looper quilt out of my husband's old shirts. Now, when my husband worked in an office, he would wear a standard wardrobe of shirts and chinos, and so got through them at quite a rate, and I wouldn't ever let them, because by the time he's finished with them, they are not good. Have to cut out the pits and the cuffs and the collars, but the rest of the fabric's obviously really high quality cotton. Oh, she is going. Oh, good. Now somebody is going to Tamlin's sewing day. So I did a practice looper from shirts because I fancied one for the bed using the colours from our curtains. And it was a great success. It's gorgeous. I sit under it most nights on the sofa.
I know this one. It's beautiful.
You know the looper. So this is one of the curve blocks from the looper that's going on our bed. You can't see it coming. I'm waiting for your reaction. Anyway, so it's got these lovely colours.
Up a newspaper right now. No, I know it. Pictures and it's absolutely beautiful. Your quilting is flawless and gorgeous.
I've unpicked one of the seams about 6 times because it's really obvious because the colours are so different. It's really, and they're blocks, they're colour blocks. They're not. It's Moda. I don't know. I'm not really a quilter. Moda Bella Solids. That's it. But they're so different. I really wanted to have them like the joins. You know, these ones. Perfect. So I've unpicked one of the seams about 6 times. However, I'm not in a position funds-wise to pay anyone to quilt it on a long arm. And if I was going to quilt it, I'd need to do it. I'd need to get like a really nice quilting. Could
anyone got a long arm that they could lend to Hannah? I mean, I'm sure that
there's few machines though, aren't they?
Yeah, but maybe if you could do like a week or
something. If anyone's got one they'd like to lend me, that'd be amazing. But if I can't use a long arm, which is unlikely, I mean, I could just take it to the Stitch Festival and say, you know, when they have those stands and they're like, oh, try a long arm. Oh, can I just...
Yeah.
And I'll show everyone how to...
I'll see you later.
So,
I mean, to be honest though, like you know what you're doing. You'll be selling machines by the, you know.
I don't think any long arm quilting companies are watching. However, I'm going to I think, and this is Penny. So Penny's one of our SewBeds members. Sewn by Penelope is her Instagram handle. Her sewing is absolutely immaculate. She has egged me on, or encouraged me, or don't know what the term is, but basically convinced me that I can quilt it by hand. It's 100 inch. I know it's 100-inch finished quilt.
Oh, but that's so lovely. Because
I'm really not very good at sitting still of an evening. Like I'm constantly double screening, which is no good for like actually paying attention. We're watching Green Planet at the moment, and I'm really terrible. My husband will say, "Oh, I didn't even realise that." I'm like, "Oh, what did he say?" "You don't know, Hannah, because you're not concentrating." "Oh, yeah, well, my brain is very busy." So I need to be a little bit more present on the sofa, as it were. So I'm going to do some. I'm going to hand.
Perfect for that. Yeah.
I think so. And it's mostly when it's finished, the kind of the trail of stripes, the swish or the sweep or whatever, will be the kind of, that's the colour, and then the rest of it's kind of an off. I think it's bleached white or like white bleached or something. So the hand quilting on that bit won't be so visible, which would be great.
And also, if you do it throughout the kind of winter, colder months, you can just drape it over yourself, stay nice and cozy, and do your hand. Perfect.
I do love it. I mean, I'm not so sure about how I feel about hand quilting, but I do love like the art. I know it's called quilting, but when I was little, I always used to call it patchwork. I love that. I love patchwork. I love putting, you know, different fabrics together and watching it all come together, and particularly using old stuff.
Yeah, that's something your mum does incredibly well as well, isn't it? So you kind of maybe got that from her.
Yeah, well, I've been watching her do it. I mean, I've been sewing for 30 years. I haven't been dressmaking that long. I just started dressmaking in 2013, but like sewing bits and pieces together forever. As soon as I was old enough to use the sewing machine, and Mum's, you know, had everything to do with that. She made my wedding dress. She's like a marvel.
She is amazing. Patchworks at Home is her handle, and I fully recommend people to check out what she's made because it's really, really beautiful.
I did a hair recently, like the pattern's called Hendrix Hair, and I mean it's enormous. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't been able to get home. COVID. They all got COVID at home, and then home at Mum and Dad's, and then we got COVID. So I haven't seen them since Christmas. So
soon you'll see them.
Say that again, Mum.
Soon you'll see them, and you'll see the hair.
But yes, so that's the next big. But that's like bits and pieces, and also it's really accurately cutting out big squares of fabric. It's quite taxing.
Yeah.
On the mums. Like they're 20.5-inch squares, and I needed something 18. I got really bored after.
I feel like I should show you a tool. Seeing as my camera's working, I'll show something. For me anyway, I can't see anything. It's the well, I feel like I'm selling it, but I did used to be a brand ambassador for Fiskars, but it's like a ruler. Because I've done very little quilting, but anytime I have to do a straight edge, that's the thing that comes out, and it's amazing.
I've got a thingy. I've got a go-to cutter and a ruler. But
yeah.
I find that with it's such a big piece, it's wow. Also, I'm terrible at like precision. It's like that's not bad precision-wise that quilt. However, someone with an embroidery.
Dorian. Oh, she's a lovely lady.
I can't see all the comments. Managed to quilt a double quilt on the regular machine. Yeah, my mum's done it. She's very good. I feel like I need a good walking foot though. I bought one on eBay and it was rubbish. Like it was a knockoff one. Not knockoff, you know what I mean? Not a brand. Yeah. But I have a Bernina. Oh, shall I show you? Beautiful. Oh, I don't really want to move this in case that's my beautiful Bernina. She's called Bernie. She's from 1969. But if I want a quilting foot for her, it's like £125.
Whoa!
I know, which would set me up for. It's not a quilting foot.
Well, keep an eye on second hand, as I know you love, because they come up.
Yeah, that's true. I should keep my eyes peeled, really.
Find someone selling it for parts that has one with them.
Well, my mum got that. I think she must have about 5 of them because when she sees them, she's like, "Oh, have that one for parts."
You can do daughter one.
Well, that's from Mum. So that one came as she tried to convince me to have it for years. I was like, no, I'm not having an old machine. I'm not, because I had a brother, like an entry level brother. Well, I only use that for buttonholes now because that is just fab. The brother is consistently brilliant for buttonholes. Like I did these on it yesterday afternoon. But that is just goes through leather, really thick denim. It's amazing.
It's a proper workhorse, isn't it?
And then I have a Bernina family. So then this is my Bernina overlocker, and that little. I don't know what to. It's very impish because we're not friends yet. But that's the cover stitch. So they're all sat on one. That's an old Singer table. I took the machine out because it was whenever we moved it, we couldn't, and the machine was shot. But yes, I love it in here. I just love being in here.
Oh yeah, I can see your pattern pattern cabinet.
Show me how deep these drawers are. They're ridiculous.
They're gorgeous.
It's got a whole sleeve in there. I got it from I was gonna. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna look up. Do you know when the Simplicity Pattern Company started? Because I think it must be from the very beginning. The lacquer on here, I had to paint PVA on it to stop the lacquer coming off. Like it's got Simplicity Pattern.
I know very little about pattern companies actually.
No.
And things, but yeah, I'm sure someone will. Does anyone know when Simplicity started? Oh,
I think it's from the start. I think it's from a shop, and it's got these beautiful like I don't know what they're even called, but you know those label holder things. Got it in an antique shop in Suffolk when Daniel was very little. We went on holiday to Aldborough with some friends, and it was there. And I put it on my stories. Was like, oh, wouldn't this be wonderful? And then my husband had a conversation with the rest of the family, and they were like, oh no, Hannah should have that for her birthday. Oh. So I said, we need it. It'll be closed now, Hannah. Well, first thing tomorrow, we've got to get back. I haven't told anyone where it is, but we have to. Me with like my 12 followers worrying that someone else.
No, I remember it so well. I was like, oh, go.
I know, it's so lovely. I mean, it's just everybody. Well, lots of people love storage, don't they? But there is something about beautiful, for me, antique storage, but also the history of that. I just love it.
Yeah, no, it is.
I can hear our clock bonging. Is that 11 o'clock already?
I can't believe it's 11 o'clock. I honestly asked you one question.
I'm such a chatterbox. Gabby.
Can you do every week? That was very easy for me.
Well, it's easy for. I think it's made me realise that we should do this more often. It's so difficult with the kids, isn't it? But I think it's been so nice to see you.
Yeah, no, you too. You
need to ask who my Netflix crush is.
I know.
I sat there the other day like, I don't even know who I fancy on the telly.
Have you got?
I thought who comes to the telly? And I think, oh, he's a bit of a snack. It's the chef from Emily in Paris. I know it's all a bit silly. I know Emily in Paris is like really silly. But he's a bit of a snack.
I love that, a bit of a snack. That is my favourite thing.
I genuinely sat there and was like, what do I fancy on the telly? And I don't know.
I will admit that I think Gabriel is the reason I watch more than one episode.
It is all very silly. I mean, I
really don't want to know who you fancy. This question has gone so wrong. All I meant was, who are your favourite Instagram accounts? But last week, Bianca started off with who do we fancy? So this has got to be a new staple.
That's brilliant. Oh, I loved watching you and Bianca last week. It was really nice. Favourite Instagram accounts? It's really tricky because I'm here for the community and for the friendship. Like obviously the people that I follow, they put lovely things on because everybody puts lovely things on. But I'm not there. I'm not here for that. So I'd just be saying like who my friends are.
Yeah, no, but they're like guilty pleasure. Like you love Ariana Grande or something. I can't even.
Who do I follow that every time they pop up? I mean, some accounts that really make me laugh. Who popped up the other day? Mum with the mics always makes me laugh. She's got this reel on at the moment. Say that again.
Love that. Mama's still got it. I don't
Mama's still. You put me onto her. Mum with the mic she's got this reel on at the moment where she's flashing pots and pans and then like scrapes a ladle along the grater that's like hanging onto her waist. and it just made me absolutely crease up. Everyone needs a guilty pleasure. No, you are right, Amy.
Yeah, very true.
I don't know if there's any, because like my Instagram is quite pure in terms of it's quite sewing centric. I don't even know.
I tell you what, spend half an hour on TikTok and you will never feel
I haven't got TikTok.
old.
I just spend a lot of time on just, and my husband's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, well, there's a baby that just looked sideways at their mum and it made me laugh. I was like, what are you doing?
I know, it's too loud for me. I really do feel too old because I turn it on. I'm like, oh gosh, it's so loud.
I often watch when they, because a lot of reels is TikTok, isn't it? I often watch it and it's turned right down because I just think I don't quite know what's going to come up. Also, it might be a bit sweary, which I don't need around Daniel.
Of course, yeah. Not for
But,
young viewers.
No, probably my guilty pleasure is just watching silly reels and like the videos where they pull a rake through sand or whatever, and it's like, oh, that looks very nice. Those kind of weird things that give your brain a little break. That's I'm a very simple being. Sophie, we're nearly finished.
Oh, Hannah, it's so lovely to talk to you. Does anyone else have any questions, which I forgot to say last week, but anyone have any questions for Hannah for the last, well, we've gone past the time anyway, so yeah, just...
It's lovely. I'm having a lovely time. I've got cold tea, but I don't care. I mean, it started with enormous bucket tea.
To be honest, I was like, yeah, this isn't going to do anything. Oh, thank you. Okay.
We didn't on Instagram. We didn't we're not in real life friends originally.
No, we met.
Look at me waving my hanger. If you're new to the sewing community, do you like tea and cake? Marie, are you going to deliver me some?
Me too.
Yeah, well, Gabby put on that she was pregnant. And so I go, I'm 13 weeks pregnant. And I was like, oh, I'm like 11 or whatever. I was 11 and a half. And I dithered about putting a comment on, because again, at the time, I was quite new to the sewing community. And then I thought, no, just for goodness sake, just comment on this lady's post. And I'd followed you for a bit, obviously listened to the podcast. And anyway, like, oh, I'm 12 weeks pregnant, or however many weeks pregnant I was. I think there was about 10 days between us, wasn't there? And you're feeling all right and what have you.
Yeah.
You sent the message and that was it. And then we've pretty much spoken every day or every other day since.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I remember you're trying to be happy for me, but really angry when I went into labour before you.
I know, I got in labour. Oh, you're due until 10 days after me, and I'm still pregnant. What? Oh, I'm so happy, Gabby. I'm so happy. I'll be so relieved to just finish the pregnancy.
I'm honestly really happy for you.
I'm so mad. And I can see it now because we were in the other side of the house because we hadn't built the extension. I'm in the extension now. We were in the other side of the house, and I sat in my bed and I looked out the window and I was like, or maybe it was night time. I can't remember. When I read the message, it's like, Ben, you're not going to leave this. You're ready. Is she? Oh no, not it's not her turn. I want to be with them.
The finish.
I think it's my due date. It was so funny.
And it's the first time I've won any race.
Oh, well, we caught up at the end. I think there's 5 days, isn't there? B's the 27th, Daniel's the 1st.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
But the only thing I'm really sad about.
Sorry, I missed.
No, the only thing I'm really sad about is that the children haven't got to know each other. So we will be rectifying that, won't we? But
yeah,
I mean, you
friends. Oh, I like that. I like that comparison.
They Daniel saw a picture of us. You know, the picture that you put up. No, or was he watching? I think he was watching B with the cottons. You know, the threads. And
yeah.
And I said, "Who's that?" I said, "That's Gabby and B." And he went, "Where's Stephen?"
Wow.
I mean, I talk about you, but I don't talk about you all the time. But clearly he knows how special you are.
Absolutely. Well, we went to the zoo all together and B absolutely adored Daniel. We'll get them together.
Yes, we did. I forget. That's when we last saw you, wasn't it? When we went to the zoo.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we can catch up about this stuff later. Thank you so much for coming to talk to me, Hannah. You beautiful person. It's been so lovely to unpick you.
All right.
Yeah, I have to do a little, sponsor thing.
You
So
can. I'm going to drink my cold tea.
okay, yeah, you drink your cold tea. Huge thank you to Rainbow Fabrics for sponsoring us. They are amazing, as I always say, but I'm not making that up. They really are. Lovely, lovely, generous people. And also they have a new range of viscose, I think, that have just dropped. Every week it's going to be something different because they just have so much fabric. And also, if you like what I do and you want to support me, there is a coffee link on my bio, but also I have set up a membership now, which means that I'll also be doing stuff specially for my members, and they're called Gabberdashlers. And I had a lot of fun coming up with that name, but I'm not sure if anyone quite gets it as much as me. But yeah, that's it. And thank you so much for all joining us. This will be up on hopefully Instagram. Hopefully it all works this week, but definitely YouTube straight after. So if you missed any, you can catch up there. But that's all. And thank you so much, Hannah.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure. I'm gonna be enjoying, like, giggling on all of this all day. It's just, we're going out to plant trees now, so.
Oh, and thanks. Oh, thank you. That's really loud. Just reading some comments.
See you soon, my darling, hopefully.
Sorry?
I said see you soon, my love, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know how to stop it though. You have to kick me out because I don't know how to finish it.
I know, I just wave until everyone's gone. No, okay, I'm going to press the X now. Okay, bye everyone, have a lovely Sunday.